Hello, and thank you for joining me. I'm at the Heard Museum. We are celebrating music and arts. It was quite a hot day, 101 degrees, but thank God I'm indoors. So let's enjoy the museum. So one thing that intrigues me about this museum is the Native American art. And they're from all different tribes. And you notice every tribe has their own identity on the piece that they made. It's very interesting. I love them all. Um, if you look at the patterns that they made, I see an eagle in that basket. Up there at the top, it's really nice. And I'm just walking around. I'm just enjoying this museum. I've never really gone inside and actually looked around. Usually I'll come to the festivals and I'll just stay outside and listen to the music and the, the dancers. But today I went inside and really had a good time. Now if you look at these, what do you call them? Tall sticks. They're really interesting. It looks like there's kind of like it's kind of fused with glass, and it makes it a nice piece. So I'm walking around, and I like this clay piece here of a Native American family just sitting around eating their food. Um, I really did love the baskets. I love the baskets. It's partially because that's part of my heritage. And I've actually seen my relatives make baskets, and I know how long and how tedious and the time you put into it. It's not something that you can just do overnight. And it takes a lot of patience, more patience than I could ever have. So I commend all these basket makers for making these beautiful, intricate designs. And each one of them is a treasure. I would so love to have one, but they're extremely, extremely expensive. And yeah, so I can admire them from afar. And if you look at these designs, they are just so baffling to me. Because they're they're weaving and weaving and weaving, and in their mind they have to see what design they're going to make their basket be. And if you look up there, I see like deer, um, two deers, and another two deers. That's nice. What else? What else? Oh, there's a man and his friendly dog. So the Native Americans were had pets, still have pets, and love their pets very much. These baskets I really love. The man in the maze, um, it's really my favorite. And all of these patterns, I just find fascinating. Just fascinating that they're almost like three-dimensional pieces. And it just, it to me, it's just a work of art. And back then, you know, even though that was a work of art, they used those baskets for a purpose, um, such as going out in the fields, picking wheat, picking whatever that they needed for the day, and and so they had a usage for these things, and they didn't just hang on the wall and look beautiful, even though they are. So it's it was a dying tradition, but a lot of the Native American cultures are trying to bring their heritage back, and they teach weaving classes, and and people do join, so so that's good. It keeps the tradition going.
On your way this second. Not being quiet, you're just whining. That's what you think. Okay, number 3. It says number 3, so.
And if you look over here, there's Native American jewelry. And Native American jewelry is known for their turquoise and silver. And those two elements definitely make a nice piece. In front of me is some more Native American baskets, and if you look in back, there are some rugs and intricate rugs that probably took 3 or 4 months, maybe 6 months to make because they are quite large. So if you go right in front, there is more rugs and the dresses, the outfits. Now I'm gonna walk into I believe it's a hogan, and it's a Native American home, and looks quite nice. A nice structure. So I just walked in and walked out. What else? Now we're going into the Kachina area, which is the dolls. And well, first of all, on this side is more jewelry. I see bracelets, necklaces with a bunch of stones, different colored stones. Okay, so here we are going into the artifacts. There's a nice painting here, more pottery. Just look at that. It's just, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and I find these pieces just flavorful. Let's just say that. Now, here we are with the Kachina dolls. Now, what Kachina dolls are is they're gods to the Hopis, and they aren't supposed to be out to the public, but the way they work their way around it was they don't make the Kachina dolls like they would for their ceremonies. They put their own style to it, and so it's not an exact how do you say religious artifact that you would use in a ceremony. So, but they're nice. They are really nice.
Little owl. This has an owl, right?
Yeah, I think
Number
so.
5.
I think they're all
Yeah, see the owl.
2 owls and then it just says cat.
So this, I definitely know who this tribe is. It's the Zuni tribe.
I know.
The,
Almost.
the reason how I know is because the patterns are so very different from an average Native American design. It's busy and it has a bunch of nice designs on it with a lot of patterns. It's a nice,
Yeah. For the birds.
I like their work. So we're walking around and here's more potteries. Very nice pieces. I see blacks, reds, what else? And more. This is Pueblo. So, very nice, very nice. Now, these baskets I really love, but there is a tour guide speaking. Let's listen to what he has to say.
The only basket that does not belong in these three groups is that basket right over there. That is a compost basket. Now, these all look very similar. The light colored fiber is yucca. The dark colored fiber is not dyed. It's not painted. It's the natural color of the plant. It comes from a plant called mycelia or devil's claw. And it's a naturally dark plant. You can see a clump of it in the home exhibit. If you take the tour at 2:30, I'll endeavor to point this out. Now, the Yavapai were considered the best basket makers in this area. And it's because their designs are completely geometrically symmetrical. If there's a coyote or a saguaro or a deer on the top, there'll be a corresponding one at the bottom. The other groups don't adhere to such strict format as the other groups. Now let's come this way and I will show you a couple of interesting baskets. So come in close, I want you to look around here. This is a star in the middle. Now there's an animal around the star. Anybody venture a guess as to what this animal is?
The camel.
Camel, exactly. So are camels indigenous to Arizona? Oh, no, they're not. So what's the camel doing in the basket? Well, in 1857, the U.S. Army experimented with camels as transport animals. They were trying to create a supply train between Santa Fe, New Mexico, and Monterey, California, which required them to cross the California and Arizona deserts. Mules and horses couldn't make it because there's literally no water, but camels could. So camels were used for a few years, and they proved fairly successful. However, when the American Civil War broke out in 1861, the Army just released them into the desert, terminated the experiment. Well, for generations, you would see camels in the Arizona desert. Today, there are a few of their descendants still around. They're mostly in petting zoos or private collections. There's actually one that lives.
Now we're in the miniature doll collection, and I'm just really loving these pieces. If you look at the detail that they put into it, it so enriches the dolls and makes them look authentic. I just am drawn in by the textures, the colors that's in it, as well as the patterns, the detail that they went to make the doll look as authentic as possible. Very nice.
we're going to learn a song in record time here. In time, when you're driving home, when you're preparing supper, when you're in the shower, you're going to be remembering this song. You just could not shake this song. When you're shopping in Walmart or in Safeway, driving that cart, people say, what's that person singing? So, we're going to learn this song. I'm going to ask you some questions. What's the name of that famous mouse that lives in Disneyland? Okay, say Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse.
What's his girlfriend's name?
Minnie.
Minnie Mouse. Minnie Mouse. And they have a pet dog. What's his name?
Goofy.
Pluto. So let's say
Pluto.
Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Pluto 2. Ready, go.
Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Pluto 2.
Now, they're all movie stars at Disneyland. So let's go ahead and say that. They're all movie stars at Disneyland. Ready, go. They're all movie stars at Disneyland. This is a native song, so we need to make some native sounds. So let's say, way-I-ha, way-I-ha, yo. Ready, go. Way-I-ha, way-I-ha, yo. And the next part's really easy. Just say Disneyland 4 times. Every time I put down my drumstick. Ready, go. Disneyland, 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 Disneyland. And remember, they're all movie stars at Disneyland. Ready, go. They're all movie stars at Disneyland. Native sounds. Way-I-ha, way-I-ha, yo. Ready, go. Way-I-ha, way-I-ha, yo. That's the whole song. Okay, let's repeat it. Okay, ready? Here we go. Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Pluto 2. They're all movie stars at Disneyland. Way-I-ha, way-I-ha, yo. Disneyland, 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 Disneyland. They're all movie stars at Disneyland. Way-I-ha, way-I-ha, yo. Okay, louder now. One more time. Ready, set, go. Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Pluto 2. They're all movie stars at Disneyland. Way-I-ha, way-I-ha, yo. Disneyland, 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 Disneyland. They're all movie stars at Disneyland. Way-I-ha, way-I-ha, yo. Now this is the tune. Here it goes. I'm gonna sing the song. Just listen. Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Pluto 2. They're all movie stars at Disneyland. Way-I-ha, way-I-ha, yo. Disneyland, 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 Disneyland. They're all movie stars at Disneyland. Way-I-ha, way-I-ha, yo. Okay, your turn now, okay? I'm gonna sing with you twice. The third time, you're on your own. Okay, ready? Here we go. Ready, set, go. Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Pluto 2. They're all movie stars at Disneyland. Way-I-ha, way-I-ha, yo. Disneyland, 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 Disneyland. They're all movie stars at Disneyland. Way-I-ha, way-I-ha, yo. Okay, sing good and loud. Ready, set, go. Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Pluto 2. They're all movie stars at Disneyland.
thank you guys very much.
Thank you all for joining me. I hope you had a good time. I certainly did. And even though I've been here before, I've never been inside to admire the museum. And now that I have, I'm truly glad I saw it and saddened that I haven't seen it earlier.